Hello, welcome to my Visit a New State vlog. I decided I'm going to Tulsa, which is about a 2-hour drive from where I am in Arkansas, and I'm about an hour and a half away. Also, if you can't tell, it is raining, which I did know, and I did bring my rain jacket, so I'm prepared, but I'm like, drive-wise, not super fun to drive in the rain. And I was expecting it to be like a freeway, but it's like a 2-lane highway vibe, so it'll be interesting. But my plans for Tulsa are I'm going straight to the zoo because it closes at 4. So I'll get there a little bit before 2. I'll go straight to the zoo and then hang out there as long as I want to, probably until it closes. And then, which I'm very excited for because I haven't been to the zoo since I was in Cincinnati. So I'll be excited to give that a try. So yeah, I'm excited to bring you guys along on my little Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, the rain is getting worse. Honestly, the drive here was really nice. I will say, like, lots of foresty, like, trees and I don't know, like, it was very nice. So far I am impressed, but I will say I think the zoo might be a little bit outside of the city, but not much city I've seen. Like, I don't really know what to expect. I feel like I have to have low expectations, but they do have a Trader Joe's and Arkansas does not, so already improvement. Okay, guys, I just got back from the zoo and I am gonna give my honest opinions. I did not think it was a good zoo, which, like, I don't know, I should have tempered my expectations. I think I was just excited because I was like, how can you mess up a zoo? I think I realized I'm spoiled in the zoos I've been to, because even like the free zoos, like the Como Zoo and then the Lincoln Park Zoo, so much better than this one. And I think it's because they're free, like they're not always like the best, but it, like, no harm because it's free. This zoo is under construction, to be fair, so like that was a big part, I think, on why it wasn't good, because a lot of the pathways were blocked off, or like the exhibits had, like, I don't know, like construction area around it, which was kind of weird and, like, I don't know, annoying. It's also a smaller zoo, which is fine. Like, I do not mind a small zoo because they usually have like the big animals, like whatever, get in, get out, small zoo. But all of the like exhibits were kind of like weirdly off the main path, which was just so confusing. There's like this park in the middle of it, or not in the middle of it, but like by the path, and it was like literally in the middle of this main pathway, and it was so confusing. And then because of the construction, like, it's like a loop, but because of the construction, part of the loop sidewalk was blocked off, so like you had to go like a horseshoe, which is just so annoying. And then it was really hot today, so a lot of the animals were inside, but then the inside enclosures were not nice. So I don't know, I feel like the zoo needs some love. But when I first was going to, like, walking into the zoo or like thinking about it, I'm like, why don't more adults go to the zoo? Like, why is the zoo such a kids thing? Like, you only ever see people at the zoo with kids, which I get, but I'm like, adults should go to the zoo more. And then at the end of my zoo time, I realized, like, a good zoo is for all ages. Like, a good zoo can, like, really be fun for all ages, but a bad zoo is, like, just for the kids, because they're all, like, it doesn't matter to them what type of exhibit the animals are in. Like, it's still exciting, but I don't know, I feel like for adults it matters maybe a little bit more. And all that to say, in 5 years, if I ever find myself in Tulsa, I will come back and I will, like, give it another shot, because I think they're getting hippos in their, like, new under construction exhibit, which looks fun. They did have rhinos, which made me think of when I was younger. There was like a period of time where I like really doubted if hippos were my favorite animals because like if you went like the zoo or I don't know, just like a lot of places, if they have stuffed animals, like the closest thing to a hippo that they would have for stuffed animals was a rhino. So like I can't remember where we were, but at one point we were at a zoo maybe, or I don't know where we were, maybe in Disney, but our parents let us pick out a stuffed animal to get and they didn't have hippos, so I got a rhino. And then I was like, shoot, like I guess rhinos have to be my favorite animal now because I got this stuffed animal. So I like really tried to embrace rhinos, and then eventually I gave it up and I like went back to my roots. And that's not to say I didn't like hippos at the time, but I was like, I can't like hippos because there's no hippo stuffed animals. So if I want stuffed animals, rhinos have to be my favorite animal. So like the hippos were like right there next to them, but I was like really trying to make rhinos my favorite animal. So all of that to say is I love the hippo love that's coming, and I feel it, or like happening right now, because I feel like hippos have been more and more everywhere. And I mean, if this zoo's getting hippos, I feel like every zoo will get hippos. Okay, now I'm going to Abercrombie and the Outlet Mall, so we'll update there. Okay, I'm back in my car. I didn't take like any photos or videos around the mall, but I'll show you what I got. First, I had to get a little hat. Okay, see, I don't think I have an NBA hat actually. And then also rainy chance, so got my Oklahoma hat, proof that I was here. And then I got a couple things from Abercrombie that I did not need. But next stop is Trader Joe's. I am very excited for what they have. Okay, I am back in my apartment. I just got home and sun is setting, so that timed out perfectly. But yes, that was my road trip to Tulsa for the day. My road trip recap is I finished 2 books. I finished Powerless, which I was like pretty much already done with. And then I read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I had never read before. And also very different than the movies. And I thought that I felt like the movies are better. But I'll keep on reading that series. And then my unpaid actors of the trip were the blisters I got at the zoo, because those hurt. And then also the Fontaines DC album that Evan gave to me, which I perfectly listened to the entire album as I was pulling in. The last song was ending. So that was like beautiful. So thanks, Evan. Okay, bye.